Okay, so when you picture Italy, what's the first thing that pops into your head?
Right, probably Rome,
Yeah.
Venice.
Maybe Tuscany?
Exactly, the
Yeah.
Colosseum, gondolas, vineyards, that kind of thing. But imagine in Italy that's, well, completely different. Think jagged alpine peaks right next to ancient Roman arches,
Mm.
or thousand-year-old cave homes used as sets for massive Hollywood blockbusters.
It sounds almost contradictory, doesn't it?
It really does. Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're not just doing the usual Italy tour. No, we're going deep into two really distinct and, frankly, surprising regions.
Oh, we are. We're heading way up north to the high alpine Aosta Valley and then plunging south to the ancient, rugged region of the Basilicata.
And we're diving into Devon's Italy research notes for this one. Our mission really is to peel back those layers, get into the unique culture, the history, the food of these places.
It's like giving you a shortcut to understanding these less talked about areas. Yeah, and I think you're going to have some real aha moments about just how incredibly varied Italy is. I'm already fascinated by the contrast the notes hinted at.
It's a perfect example, I think. These deep dives always show us that a country, especially one like Italy with such deep history, is never just one single story.
Right.
And Aosta Valley and Basilicata, they perfectly illustrate how things like geography, history, local traditions, they don't just, add a bit of local color. They actually forge these incredibly distinct identities, almost like separate worlds within the same country.
Worlds shaped by completely different forces.
Exactly. You'll see how these elements mix to create something totally unique, challenging maybe what we thought we knew about Italianness.
Okay, let's start our journey then. Aosta Valley, up in the Alps. The phrase that immediately came to mind for me was melting pot. It feels like a place where Italian, French, and this other tradition, Franco-Provençal, they all just blend together seamlessly.
That's a great way to put it.
You picture Roman ruins, these big medieval castles, little rustic houses, all of these absolutely breathtaking mountains in the background. It's clearly shaped by being a crossroads, right?
Precisely. Its location, strategically, right there in the Alps, has been the main driver for centuries of its unique culture and language. It's not just a mix, it's more like a blueprint for how a small region can build this really resilient identity by absorbing and blending different influences.
So it thrived because of the mix, not despite it.
Exactly. It shows that identity can come from sharing heritage, not just being isolated.
And that history. You mentioned Roman ruins. It's not just a few stones here and there, is it? The notes talk about specific things like arches, theaters, even city walls still standing.
Oh yeah, the Roman legacy is very visible. It's like Rome set up a major alpine outpost and just left its mark everywhere. You can literally walk through it.
Wow. And the history keeps layering up. There's this Fort Bard.
Ah, Fort Bard, yes. A key landmark. Really formidable. It actually blocked Napoleon's army back in 1800, held them up.
No way.
Yeah.
Just this one fort.
Well, it controlled a crucial pass. But what's really interesting is what it is now.
Okay.
It's been transformed into the Museum of the Alps. So it's this amazing blend of preserving history but giving it a really vibrant modern use. History made accessible.
That's cool. Okay, so beyond the big history stuff, something that really jumped out from Devon's notes was this festival, the Fiera di Sant'Orso.
Oh, the St. Orso Fair. Yes, every January 30th and 31st.
It sounds incredible. The notes describe Aosta's streets just coming alive, centuries old, focused on artisans and food, but more than just a market.
Much more.
Crafts, traditional costumes, and these evening gatherings called veilla. It sounds like the absolute heart of the community.
It really is. That fair is such a deep expression of Aosta's identity. It's not just about community spirit, though that's huge. It's also about valuing and preserving craftsmanship. It's like an annual reconnection with their cultural roots, passing skills down. These aren't just parties. They're like cultural anchors. Wood carving, textiles, food.
And the sound of the region must be unique, too, with that mix of languages, Italian, French, Franco-Provençal, all mingling.
Definitely. It creates a really rich cultural soundscape.
They even have an official anthem, Montagna Valdotanas, written in the 19th century, adopted more recently, celebrates the mountains, the villages.
A beautiful piece.
But, with powerful languages like French and Italian all around, how does a dialect like Franco-Provençal or Valdotan, as you called it, actually survive? Doesn't it get overshadowed?
That's a really important question, and it says a lot about Aosta. Valdetane isn't just, spoken at home. It's legally recognized. It's protected. It even varies slightly from valley to valley, which keeps it alive and deeply tied to local identity. And the anthem itself actually showcases this. The lyrics weave between Italian and French. There's a line, Benvenuti nella valle d'Aosta, terra di castelli e montagne. Welcome to the Aosta Valley, land of castles and mountains.
In Italian.
Right. And then the chorus has this call and response bit that uses both French and Italian. It's like a lyrical demonstration of their blended heritage.
Okay, I'm getting hungry now. All this talk of mountains and tradition.
Yeah.
What's the food like? Alpine comfort food?
Oh, absolutely. Think hearty, warming, perfect for the mountains. You mentioned Fontina cheese.
Yeah, the note said Fontina PDO, dates back ages.
That's the one. PDO protected designation of origin. Means it's the real deal, only from there. Super creamy, melts beautifully. It's definitely a cornerstone.
I can imagine. What else?
Well, there are other great cheeses like Toma di Grisoni. It's a bit spicy, semi-hard. And then the cured meats. Lardo d'Arnaud, that's cured fatback. Sounds intense, but it's delicious. Mochetta, which is cured wild game, often chamois or ibex. And jambon de bosses, this amazing ham aged with hay.
Aged ham. That sounds unique.
It really is, and you absolutely have to try polenta concha. Yeah, it's polenta cooked until it's incredibly creamy, then loaded with fontina and maybe other cheeses, butter. It's perfect for a cold evening, pure comfort.
Okay, that sounds incredible.
Yeah.
Anything a bit more unexpected, maybe?
Well, speaking of resourcefulness, they make this unique walnut oil. And from the leftover paste after pressing the walnuts, it's called trele. They use that too.
What for?
In salads, sometimes even desserts. It's got this intense, nutty flavor. Shows that sort of zero-waste traditional approach.
That's fascinating.
And don't forget the wines. High-altitude vineyards produce some really distinctive alpine wines, often crisp with this minerality from the soil.
Right, so amazing food, incredible history, unique culture, all set against this stunning landscape. You mentioned Aosta City is called a small alpine Rome.
Affectionately, yes. Because of the Roman remains, the theater, the arch, the walls. Plus, it has this beautiful cathedral that spans styles from Romanesque to neoclassical.
And outside the city.
Castles everywhere, medieval fortresses like Fenice, which is supposedly incredibly well preserved inside. In Vera's castle, they even hold historical carnivals there based on something that happened back in 1449.
Wow.
And of course, Fort Bard, which we talked about, now a cultural center. And looming over everything, you have Mont Blanc, the Matterhorn, Grand Paradiso, just epic scenery dotted with these charming medieval villages. It really is its own little world.
Okay, deep breath. From the snowy peaks, the castles, the French and Italian blend of Aosta. We're heading south, way south.
All the way down to the instep of Italy's boot.
To Basilicata, a region that honestly was maybe Italy's best-kept secret for centuries.
For a very long time, yes, until fairly recently.
Right, it really stepped onto the world stage when Matera, its main city, became European capital of culture in 2019. Suddenly, everyone was talking about these ancient cave dwellings, the Sassi.
That event was huge for the region. It sparked so much interest in its incredibly deep roots, its unique culture.
It feels like a story of rediscovery.
Absolutely. But Silicata's culture is this fascinating mix. You've got ancient pastoral traditions, deep archaeology, and this sort of reawakened artistic spirit. Because it was overlooked for so long, it maybe preserved a very authentic, almost raw Italian identity that the 2019 spotlight finally revealed. Ancient ways feel very present there.
And when you say ancient roots, we're not just talking Roman times, are we?
Oh, much, much further back. We're talking Paleolithic humans. There's rock art, Bronze Age settlements. It's an archaeologist's dream, really.
Millennia of history.
Definitely. You can trace the civilizations right through Greek colonies like Metaponto on the coast, then the Romans, the medieval period, like the artifacts, the churches carved into rock. They all tell this incredibly long story. It feels like you're literally peeling back layers of time.
Okay, here's a fun fact that blew my mind from the notes. Movie buffs, listen up.
Yeah.
Matera's landscape, those Sassi, have been the backdrop for massive films. The Passion of Christ, Quantum of Solace, the James Bond movie, Wonder Woman.
It's true. That ancient, stark, almost primal landscape, it doesn't just serve as a setting, it becomes a character. Hollywood saw it as the perfect stage for stories about faith, struggle, epic history. It proves that real history can be more powerful than any set.
It makes perfect sense when you see pictures.
And it's not just Matera. There's a ghost town, Krakow, that's also been used in films. It just underlines how the region's dramatic scenery lends itself to powerful storytelling.
So traditions. Maybe not the same kind of huge ancient fairs like Aosta, but the notes mention cultural revival, things rooted in rural life.
Right. There's a focus on reviving and celebrating the connection to the land, like Sereno in Transumanza,
Yeah.
which celebrates the old practice of moving sheep herds between summer and winter pastures.
Transhumans, right.
Exactly. It reflects traditions tied to farming, shepherding, sustainability, things that have defined life there for centuries.
And the music reflects this too.
It does. There's a special instrument, the arpa Vigian, a small harp from the town of Vigiano. It's symbolic of wandering hoppus who came from there, earning Basilicata the nickname City of Harp and Music.
A harp city. Interesting.
Yeah, and other traditional instruments too, like the kupa kupa. It's a friction drum, makes a unique sound, and bagpipes called zamponia, and the ciaramella, like an oboe, ancient sounds.
Okay, but then the notes throw in a total curveball.
Yeah.
Basilicata is also home to the Agglutination Metal Festival, one of Europe's longest-running heavy metal events.
Yes. Quite the contrast, isn't it?
Talk about unexpected.
It shows this real diversity. You have these ancient folk instruments, a history that includes Renaissance composers like Gesualdo, who had ties there, modern pop stars like Mango and Arisa with roots in the region, and then, yeah, a major heavy metal festival. It contains multitudes.
Okay, definitely need to talk food now. Basilicata's cuisine sounds different. Rustic, simple, but bold flavors. Peasant ingenuity.
That's a perfect description. It's rooted in what the land provides. Pork is big, sheep and goat meat, lots of legumes, grains, and fantastic vegetables.
What gives it that bold, distinctive flavor, though? The notes mention something specific.
Ah, you must be thinking of the pepperone crusco, the red gold of Basilicata.
Yes. Crispy dried peppers.
Exactly. They're sun-dried Cerise peppers, then quickly fried so they become brittle and crunchy. They're crumbled over pasta, eggs, vegetables, everything. They add this smoky, sweet, slightly bitter crunch. You often see strings of them, sirte, hanging to dry outside houses.
Wow, that sounds amazing. And something else. Horseradish.
Yes, known locally as the poor man's truffle rafano. It's grated fresh and adds this amazing pungent kick to dishes. Those two, pepperoni crusty and horseradish, really define the local taste. Resourceful, using simple things to create big flavors.
So besides those, what other specialties should you look out for?
Well, the Bretta Matera is famous. It's made with durum wheat, has a really distinctive shape and crust. Fantastic Lucanica sausages. They've been made here since Roman times. Cheeses like Pecorino di Filiano.
And classic dishes.
Pasta con e pepperoni cruschi is obviously a must-try. Simple but incredible. Lots of hearty lamb and pork dishes. It's honest, flavorful food.
Makes sense. And to drink.
You have to try Aguilanico del Vulture wine. It's a powerful, complex red wine grown on volcanic soil. Really top-notch, stands up to Italy's best.
And dessert.
There are things like enginetti, lemon-glazed cookies, and zeppole di San Giuseppe, especially around St. Joseph's Day. Again, often simple but delicious, making the most of local ingredients.
Right. So iconic places. Matera and the Sassi are obviously number one. UNESCO World Heritage Site. Those cave dwellings. Unforgettable.
Truly. But Basilicata offers so much more diversity. You've got Potenza, the regional capital, which is actually one of Italy's highest provincial capitals, quite mountainous.
Oh, interesting.
Then there's Maratea on the coast, called the Pearl of the Tyrrhenian Sea. Stunning cliffs, little beaches. And Metaponto, with those Greek temple ruins right near the sea.
Wow, coast, mountains, ancient ruins.
And Pollino National Park, Italy's largest national park, straddling Basilicata and Calabria. Huge biodiversity, incredible landscapes.
And castles, too.
Yeah.
Like Aosta.
Yes, impressive ones like Melfi Castle, linked to Norman history, and Lorenzana, plus countless Rupestrian churches literally carved out of the rock, and these incredibly beautiful small villages like Aliano, Castelmazzano, Pietrapertosa, many listed among Italy's most beautiful hamlets. It just keeps unfolding.
Okay, so let's try and tie these threads together. We've been on quite a journey.
Well, we really have.
On one side, Aosta Valley. Alpine, that multilingual Franco-Italian blend, Roman echoes, medieval castles against snowy peaks. Sophisticated in a way.
Mm-hmm. Structured, maybe?
Then Basilicata. Ancient, feels more raw, pastoral traditions, those incredible cave cities reborn, dramatic landscapes used in films, a powerful sense of rediscovery.
The contrast is stark, isn't it? Almost night and day in terms of landscape and immediate feel.
Utterly undeniable. And yet, are there common threads hiding beneath the surface?
I think there are. Despite all the differences, both regions are guardians of incredibly deep history. Both have these rich, traditional food cultures shaped entirely by their specific environment.
Right, Fontina versus Pepperoni Christie.
Yeah.
Each totally unique to its place.
Exactly. And both have fiercely preserved a sense of identity that's very distinct from, say, Tuscany or Rome or Venice, Italy, we usually see. They both show, in their own way, how different influences, whether neighbors like France for Aosta or layers of ancient history for Basilicata, create these completely unique cultural tapestries within one country.
They prove that Italian isn't one single thing.
Not at all. It's multifaceted, resilient, incredibly diverse.
So what does exploring these kinds of regions mean for you listening right now?
Well, I think it gives you a much richer, much more nuanced picture of Italy beyond the famous spots.
It serves up those aha moments, making you realize just how much variety is packed into one peninsula. It challenges your assumptions.
You start to see Italy not as one story, but as this amazing collection of unique, interwoven regional narratives.
Yeah, narratives waiting to be discovered.
Hmm.
So we've gone from Aosta's snowy peaks, its Roman walls, that Fiera di San Torso, the cheesy polenta, all the way down to Matera's ancient saucy, its cinematic history, the punch of pepperoni crusco in Basilicata.
Two distinct worlds, equally captivating.
Absolutely. It's been a real deep dive into two fascinating corners of Italy. Okay, so here's something to maybe chew on as you go about your day. A final thought from us. Given the incredible, often really surprising diversity we've just seen in only two Italian regions, what hidden gem somewhere else in the world do you think holds a story that's just waiting for a deep dive like this?
Good question.
You know, a place that could challenge our assumptions, enrich our understanding of a culture we think we know. Think about how learning about Aosta and Basilicata maybe reshapes your own idea of what it means to be Italian, or really part of any national identity. How much diversity can one label hold?